that is the form. We will come to this same question. If there's no question, we will move straight to forms, and then we finalize with report. I'm not going to spend time on forms and then report. Forms and report do not need a lot to be done. So I'm going to use the same data, which is the 5 animals. And it says we should open the FRM 5_2 based on the TBL animals table in design view. Modify the form so that it appears as follows. Now you can see the form has been displayed as follows. You right click and choose design view. Now, as you can see here, the group, there are options to select from, which is carnivore, herbivore, and then omnivore. So we go to group. This is the label. This is the field. So we always focus on the field when we need to add values. So sometimes it could be only text box, then you can change it to combo box. You right click, you'll see change to, let's say it was text box. So if your text box, you see combo box, then you choose combo box. Right, now this one has been changed to combo box already. How do we add those values? When you select it, it's going to give the property sheet name. Then you see data. Then here, the row source. The question didn't ask us to pick from another table unless we check. It says it should display as follows. That means we have to type the values. So the row source type, we choose value list, and then we type the values here. You can click on the 3 dots under the row source, then you type the value. They are already there: carnivore, herbivore, omnivore. So you type them also. Right. And then the next question. The average lifespan of the animal is 25 years. Insert a formula in the text box in the footer section to determine whether an animal lifespan is more than the average lifespan. Display your answer as yes or no format. Do not use if statement. So here, we don't have to use if statement. We have to use the logical functions. Now, here is the calculation in the header section. We must check whether it's a text box. Sometimes they can deceive you and it's a label. You can't do calculations in a label. But then you see unbound. So you're going to do calculation here. You right click and choose build event. That's how we do calculations in form. Build event after you insert a text box. Build event. Now you can see the formula here. Lifespan. I think this question was done already, but you can check. Then look for lifespan. And do not choose, here's the lifespan. Double click on lifespan greater than 25. Only that lifespan greater than 25. Then in the form, you must select and say copy. Use Control C to copy. Control plus C. When you try to right click, it won't give you that option. Then you click OK. You come and put the formula here by pressing equal sign and then Control V. So let's run it and see. Now you see this one here, true or false. It gives us 0. That is false. So we have to go and change it to true or false. When you click, there's a format for your formula that you must go and check. Go to format, and then the visible is yes, the decimal. So the format should be yes and no. Yes and no. There we go. So we needed to change the format to yes and no. Right. Then the next question also, oh, that's all about this question. That is all about that question. Now we move straight to another form. This time I want us to focus on 5 inventory. This form, they gave a screenshot, and then they want us to do one or two things in the form. So we open the 5 inventory once more. Right, so you right click on the form and choose design view. Now look at this. The size of the logo is 5 centimeter by 3 centimeter. That means we have to insert a logo. And look at where the logo is. It's on the left-hand side. The name of the logo, whether it was given to us, but let's see. How do we add the logo? We can insert it as image or just a logo. Or you can just say insert image. There we go. Then we draw it here. Let me take this one from here. You drag it. Good. Now, the moment you insert image, please check the property sheet. If it's not there, just right click and choose properties. Then you'll see from here, that image, you'll see the size mode. If we wanted to fill in all the spaces, the size mode, we choose stretch, then it filled the box for us. We can also put the border style of the image, let's say solid with a width of 3 pt. They can ask you that. They can also ask you to change the size. Like this question, it says the height should be, and then the width 5 centimeter by 3, meaning the width should be 5 and then the height should be 3 centimeters. Right, so they can ask so many questions. They can even tell you it should not be visible when you go that side. So you click on it, the visible, you say no. They can ask you that question. So even though I've inserted, but when I come to form view, it's not there. So that is it for the visible. You must watch out for that. You can also check the hyperlink. They can ask you to hyperlink this one to a website. When you select the picture, you see link address, then you click on this 3. Let's say I want to link it to 3 forensic. You can click a hyperlink to it. So watch out for the property sheet. There are so many things that they can ask you to do. Right. The next one is this. An input mask was added to the cell number so that the data is captured in the correct format. Now look at this. There is an input mask added. Now you see +27 with a number without a 0 was added. So we have to go to cell phone number, property sheet, then you go to data. You are going to find input mask. You are going to find default value. You are going to find validation rule and validation what? Text. So watch out for this. They can ask you questions under all these, under what we call the data. Right, so the input mask, it has the 0. You can click on this so that you go and type, or you can just do it yourself here. +27 first. So you put inverted comma, +27. And then followed by 9 digits because there's no 0. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Each digit is represented by 0. So that's how we put input mask. They can also ask you to put validation rule. So please watch out for some of these questions. Again, action button. They can ask you to put an action button. Let's say this question wants us to put an action button. From the form design, you see action button. You click on it. It can be on the header or footer. So we can choose whether record operation, form operation, depending on what the question wants you to choose. So we can choose form operation, for instance, closed form. We can give you a picture to use or just a text, and then you finish. So that there will be a closed form action button. And like we said also, we can also put um, conditional formatting. There can be conditional formatting also in database form and then report. Now, they can also ask you to put background image. Let's say you want to put background image. You go to format, you see background image. There we go. Or you can fill a particular one with another color. You right click, fill or back color. You choose the color. So these are the things that they can ask you in form. Form is just, I always say, is a collectible mark in database that you must be able to get all the marks. It doesn't take time to do some of these questions. And if it is about calculations, you know what to do. Let's say we needed to add some calculations. Also, you go to form design. You use the text box to draw it. Like I said, you right click, build event, expression builder. Then you put your calculations here. So let's say we wanted to find, uh, there was a vet that we needed to do some calculations in this table. Okay, so 15%, 15, 15 over 100 times, let's say this salary. Now, like I said, it will not show here. So you must always do copy. You select, Control C, you come and put it here in the expression builder. Control V. Right. So that you can do calculations also. They can also ask you to put date and time from the form design. If you don't know where to find, you can just type date and time. It will show you insert date and time. Only time or only date. To include only time or include only date. Right. So that is how we do forms. There are so many questions that you can try your hands on. All these are forms also, like this one. There's a current date, you choose date and time, and then you select it. Right. Conditional formatting, you right click and choose conditional formatting. So that is all about